Hello, everyone, and welcome to Making a Difference. I'm your host, John Heymann, and I'm pleased today to have a co-host, John Green from Operation Barnabas. Correct, John?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have a fantastic guest with us today, Amarok Critton. And he's going to tell us a little bit about himself, what he does, and what he wants you to know about him.
Well, how's it going, guys? Thank you both
Good.
for having me.
Great to have you.
It's an honor,
Absolute
man.
pleasure.
No.
So I do social media. People consider me an influencer, although I don't. I have a strong following of patriots and veterans alike. And the whole message that I have on that site is you are not alone. And from that, when I was in Iraq, I learned how to express myself through photography or videography. A lot of us bottle up, and because of that, it's really hard to say what's on your mind. I find my inspiration through a camera, and these videos that I shoot usually are relatable to those veterans that are struggling with PTSD and more. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, first of all, thank you for your service. And I asked John to co-host this because he has a wealth of knowledge with veteran services. So I'm going to let him ask you a few questions.
Absolutely.
I love how you said you don't want them to isolate, that you see that isolation. So when you came in here today, I saw the passion in your voice and how you talked about it. How do you get these veterans to not isolate? What do you do for them?
Well, first and foremost, it's all stemmed from experience and being the veteran or the man that I needed when I got back from overseas. I didn't have that person that I felt could relate to what I went through. I didn't have any other brothers or sisters in arms that I could speak to. So I had to deal with all these things by myself, which really led me down a rabbit hole. I almost became one of the 22 a day. I spent my time in isolation. The realization when I was in the hospital that either I had to change my way of thinking or succumb to what I put myself through to end my life came to a forefront, and I made that decision to stay and to be a voice and to be that brother that's, hey, me too. I've been through that too. You realize that the worst thing a veteran can possibly do that's seen combat or been overseas is isolate themselves, to go in a room and let their brain completely turn on and absorb and emulate everything that they've been through. I found that hobbies, passions, even if you don't know if you have a hobby, right? To go out and encourage you to search those things out. Things to keep your mind busy. Things to keep you out of the house. You know, that could be anything from fishing to baseball to throwing knives, you name it. I have literally searched for years to find the things that I find help me. And that's exactly what I want every brother and sister in arms to do, is fight for a reason to keep going and a reason to smile.
Who do you or what do you turn veterans onto to not experience the worst in their life?
So now that we have the internet, there's a lot of ways of finding these resources.
Okay.
I have found quite a few companies, mainly patriots, that are willing to help us. So if you have a problem figuring out what it is you love, Wounded Warrior Project, for example, will send you on to various different activities, and you'll be surrounded by other veterans and warriors alike, right? To find those things. There are companies like IGY6 Veterans Benefit Foundation. Same thing. They will sit there, they will help you out, they'll help you find resources and so on. What's the saying? You could lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. Right? So, I mean, the main thing to do is, you know, when we were focused on our missions overseas, nothing could deter us from completing that mission. That's what we had to do. And I encourage those veterans out there to make a mission to find their own happiness one way or the other.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you have an event coming up. Speaking
I do,
of that,
I do.
so
So
wrap us up and tell us about it.
October 9th, we have a event called Veterans Life for Veterans. We're going to have to redo that. You want to mess it up? I knew it. Let me see. I'm sorry, cameraman.
What do you need?
No, he's still rolling.
They'll splice it out.
Cool. I knew I'd mess it
Okay.
up. I knew.
That's what's nice about having 3 cameras.
It
They
really
can splice
is.
that out.
Yeah.
You won't tell a difference.
Vet life for life, struggles to success. There we go.
Okay, so pretend John just asked you that question.
Same question.
Begin with your event.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So the event we have coming up is Vet Life for Life. It's October 8th, and it's an event where veterans that have gone through similar problems that I've gone through can speak to the crowd about what it is they've been through and what got them to that level of overcoming all the demons that they had to face.
Where is this going to be?
That's in Myrtle Beach.
Okay,
So,
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, it should be really cool.
All-day event?
All-day event followed by a boardwalk for 22 a day. So it's pretty epic, man, and I'm proud to be there. And
Fantastic.
really
Are you
honored
working
to
with
be
other
there.
organizations? Are you the sponsor of this?
No, I'm not the sponsor of this. There's going to be a lot of veterans from TikTok. Those of us that have a higher influence, humbly, are going to be on that stage speaking.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, when people risk their whole life so that we can be free, so that we can live the life that we're so used to, we need to be grateful, we need to support, and we need to pray for these people. So, Amarok, thanks for coming today, and
thank
I
you,
appreciate
guys.
it a lot. And John, thanks for co-hosting and your work with Operation Barnabas. I see a symbiotic relationship here. Perhaps the two of you need to talk after the show is over. But ladies and gentlemen, you can watch this show on dailynewsnetwork.com, and I wish you a very, very happy and healthy day.